Sairam. So there is a question which, been asked that we all know that what is right and what is wrong. We all know that our deeds have the consequences. We all know we do good, we get good, we do bad, we get bad. So we all know all this. So why do we read any of the scriptures? Does it make sense? Is it necessary? Right? This is the question. So my little understanding is today we say that we know. Today we believe that we know. Today we think that we know what is good, what is bad. So this is today's contemporary question, but just go back to the history of human evolution. I am not talking about, lakhs of years, millions of years. I'm talking about past 10, 12 years, 1,000 years. Who were we? We became Homo sapiens. We had no knowledge. We used to live on those four instincts of animals. We were animals. Fear, hunger, procrastination, sleep. These are the four attributes or four, things that animals have. We also had only that. Then the question, the intellectual evolution in the brain happened. The production of gray cells happened from Sadhisthana Chakra, below your, above your bottom of the spine. Through the, spinal canal, it came and made a layer on our brain. That is when you started thinking, 12,000 years ago. When we started thinking, who am I? One fundamental question. The answer to that is still being searched for. There are interpretations to that, even to this day, past 12,000 years. The first question still unanswered. So that is when the thinking process started. People started thinking, okay, somebody is born, the same person is dead in front of me, and some is birth and death is happening. So am I just the body? If I'm not the body only, I am also in the body. Who am I? These questions started. Then came the whole theory of, the spiritual evolution, intellectual evolution. Saptarshis descended, the whole story we can go to. Anyway, that is when the first one who gave an order or a system to the society was called Maharshi Manu. Maharshi Manu is from today's, in today's geographical place, he is from Pakistan, Quetta, right? Vedas originated there. Today it is in Pakistan. So he came from there and he married Manali and settled down in Manali. He was the first one who wrote the book called the Manusmriti. Now the question comes, all these Shastras, Rig Veda, Yajurveda, Samaveda, Atharvana Veda, and Upavedas, Artha Veda, Gandharva Veda, Dhanurveda, Ayurveda, and all the other, sutras, everything. Did they come first or Manusmriti came first? There's always a debate. In my opinion, those came first and then came the Manusmriti. Because Manusmriti is about implementing the Shastras. So I feel, right? So the debate is still going on. Now, all these things came. First, we were omnivorous, so carnivorous. So we were only eating raw meat. Unko, brought them out. Population of Homo sapiens was very less. He brought them out of being carnivorous. He taught cultivation. He taught from carnivorous, he also said that you can be herbivorous. Then we became omnivorous. Then we became herbivorous, vegetarians. Before that, we were only eating fish. Fish was allowed. So likewise, the theory of human evolution happened. That's why even to this day, in order to respect Maharshi Manu, we are called as Manuja, Manava, Manukula, man, woman, Manu is the primordial, which the Abrahamical religions call it as a Adam and Eve, whatever. So Manu and Manali, the first king and queen. So these Shastras came, and that is how the human evolution happened. People started depending, people started understanding, people started intellectually evolving, people started evolving, spiritually. So this continued. There is a misquote and misinterpretation of Manusmriti. It is one of the most scientific, most logical. It is never discriminatory. This is all crooked versions which have come in the recent past, but it is one of the best. But as of today, in order to answer your question, Kanjikaji, Manusmriti is obsolete. Human evolution has already occurred. Manusmriti is non-consequential as of today to follow. It doesn't make sense. So it is basically about Varnashrama. You have four Varnas, uh, Shudra, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Brahmana. Four Varnas are there. So basically, it is interpretations of those Varnas. Shudra is no less than a Brahmana. Brahmana is not superior to Kshatriya. Kshatriya is not superior to Vaishya. Vaishya is not superior to anybody. They are all the same. It is only the division based on the works. But just imagine today you are saying that is it relevant, is it necessary for us to read those scriptures? But just imagine how the human evolution happened. Just the necessity of the scripture was a must. Teachings was a must. Otherwise, do you think we would be where we are? And the main thing, the today having evolved, so to say, we have evolved. I don't think all of us have evolved. How many of us do you think will even sit and talk Chintan Manthan Manan? How many in the world you think have already evolved? How many do you think you have actually understood what is right and what is wrong? There's hardly any. Today we live in a world where we justify everything. We justify, the wrongdoings. We justify debauchery. We justify gambling. We justify drinking and intoxication. We justify everything. So have we actually understood what is right and wrong? I'm sure not. I am certain no. No way. Very few, negligible amount of world population out of 8 billion. I don't know even if there are 8 million who have understood what is right and what is wrong. So there is no way we can claim that the human race has understood what is right and what is wrong. These guiding forces, these scriptures, these, what do you call the divine signs are more relevant, more necessary today. And what is the primary goal of all these teachings, whether it is Bhagavad Gita, Quran Sharif, Holy Bible, Shri Guru Granth Sahib, or Torah, whatever. What is the purpose of it? They are only trying to remove the illusions. Are we, the whole world is not suffering with the illusions? Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Mada, Matsarya. The lust, the anger, the greed, the attachment, the ego and jealousy. Are we all, I mean, isn't the whole world suffering with that? So what do you think, how do you think that we know what is right and wrong? We justify every wrongdoing. That's how the world is degenerated. That is how it is diluted. The value systems are non-existent today. So we cannot claim that the human race knows what is right and what is wrong. We only know to justify everything we know or everything we do as right. That's all we know. We justify everything. We justify genocide. We justify global wars. We justify the mass death. We justify killings of innocent people. We justify everything. We justify the religious practices. So today we are not living in a world where the mankind knows what is right and what is wrong. We live in a world where mankind only is justifying every misdeed and misadventure and wrongdoings. So today the scriptures and those, religious teaching, not religious, sorry, I am not a big fan of religion. Shastras and all these scriptures are trying to, these are more prevalent, more necessary as of today. We have turned marakas. Instead of empowering ourselves with an absolute truth as mentioned in those books and scriptures, we are misinterpreting, misusing, and we have become marakas to one another. We are destroying one another. What is the necessity of borders, you tell me? What is the necessity of armies, you tell me? What is the necessity of militaries, you tell me? If we respect one another, if we remain in the confines of our, dignity, what is the necessity? Two things have destroyed this world: the borders and the money, economics. Everything is in a mess. So why do we assume that the world knows what the people know what is right and wrong? No. People only know to justify all their misadventures and misdeeds. That's all. That also we feel that they know what is right and wrong. They don't. Even if they don't, if they know to suppress it. Even if they know, I partly agree that, everybody knows what is right and wrong, but we justify our wrongdoings. That's where the world and society is. Though it knows, though people know, still they do the mistakes, still knowingly they commit, wrongdoings and they justify. So according to my understanding, the teachings are more relevant, more necessary today than ever, because our intellectual evolution, through that we have become crooked. We are, as I always say, with the jnana, you can help or you can destroy. You can do good or bad. We are only doing bad. And we are justifying that. That is where we stand. So those scriptures are must to be read, understood. You have to get rid of illusion. If you don't know what is an illusion, if you don't know that everything is an illusion, there are only two truths to our existence: birth and death. What we do in between, whatever is drama happening in between these two occurrences, the birth and death, how do we get out of it? So, where do you find answers to? Nowhere. It is in the Shastras. So, it is more necessary today, right? Sai Ram sir.